Hi, this is Anita of Explore Pilates, and today we're going to talk about toes. And what I have in hand are toe spacers from Naboso. Um, you can find any type of silicone toe spacer. It has these little spaces, these little toe gems that go between your toes. And who needs to use these? Well, I have been wearing inappropriate footwear for decades. I mean, especially when I was young. And so I really feel the effects of that. And our feet being our foundation, whatever happens to your feet is going to travel up the chain into your legs and into your hips and your lower back, and then so on and so forth, all the way up to your upper spine, which is getting into the upper thoracic region, and your cervical spine. So it the word that comes to mind is behooves us, no pun intended, to really spread our toes and really feel our foundation. So I'm going to pause the video and put these toe spacers on. So coming up to standing, you can see my lovely toes are all spaced out. You know, I look a little bit like a lost duckling here. All right, so I want to stand parallel, not in Pilates V yet, but I'll do a little test and make sure that I can touch my heels in one swiveling motion. Okay, so here you can have forearms stacked, hands on your hips. I think I will start with hands on my hips, and I want to put a little bit of weight into the hip bones and then lift the spine up in opposition, and then also lift up the pelvis off of the femurs. Okay, all 10 toes spreading. Ooh, this is going to be really interesting. And then lift up the heel and then lower down. So I can't lift up very high. And inhale and exhale, lowering down. You can also bring your sternum forward and try to keep it there. And inhale and exhale down. And two more. And exhale down. Last one up and exhale down. You want to really plant your heel down and have that alignment, space in the femurs, space in your lower lumbars, which is your lower spine. You're going to bend the knees. Try not to let them knock in. You keep pushing them out and lift on up. 4 and lift. And 3 and lift. Think of this as a wall squat if I was turning sideways. Okay? I don't want to hinge forward. I'm actually trying to just slide down an imaginary wall. This is what we do for Pilates, for the pedal pole, and also any exercises on the wall. Okay? So coming down and up. I may have added an extra one. All right. And so you're going to squeeze the heels together, and you're going to lift on up and see how high you can go. Keep your foot centered, so you're not leaning on your pinky toes, which would make your ankles sickle, but rather you're pressing also onto the big toe and feeling the heel, the energy of the heel at the center, in line with the center of the foot, and exhale down. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, press down. One more, and exhale, press down. Woo! Okay, so keep your feet planted in this position and slide down your wall. Knees go out wide. Don't let them start to cross, start to squeeze in, right? So you wrap your seat so that you can really get that. Ooh, press the big toe down, however, and lift. And here's 3, and lift, and 2. This is my thinking face. This is my, oh my gosh, what's going on face. And lifting up. All right, one little drill that I really enjoy doing, and I think it would be fun to do it with the toe spacers. This is my first time exercising with them, so bear with me. You're going to lift up the heels. This is a new sensation. Ooh, trying not to sickle, and then squeeze the heels, and then lower down. You're going to lift in Pilates V. Swivel back and press down, and up and squeeze and lower down. And in the meantime, you're also pulling your belly in and up and out. Oof, kind of fell forward there, and squeeze, and lower down. Last one, up and here, and lower down. Bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees. Okay, all right, so The next exercise will be best if I had a seat, all right? This is just, you can buy a bag of these elastics from Staples, and I got a little bit artsy craftsy and I drew happy feet. I thought that's supposed to be a little heart, and that's supposed to say happy seat. All right, so I'm gonna put that on my big toe, right above the toe spacers, okay? And try to reach my toes towards the camera. I'm gonna sit nice and tall, and I'm just going to pull out one foot and then come back to the center. Here's 4 and back. Here's 3 and back. Here's 2 and back, and last one and back. We go to the other side. Here's 5. Whoa. Here's 4 and up. 3 and up. 2 and up. Try to keep your toes long and don't let them curl back towards you, if that makes sense. Now we're going to pull both. And you can keep heels together, or you can keep a space between them. And then you reach the feet forward. Cool. Toe spacers doing their job. I'm going to separate the heels so that I have a little bit more resistance. You pull out, and then you reach forward with the band pulling apart. Let the tension release, but keeping the band tight. And pull. And reach forward. As you reach forward, lift, belly in and up, and back. Let's do one more. And forward, and reverse. So open while you're pointed, and back, and forward, and open. Make sure you're doing it from the seat, and flex, and close, and point, and open from the seat. Release. I want to do one more, and open, and keep it tight, tight, tight as you come up. Ooh, my calves are working. All right, and then just for funsies, you get to pull one foot back and one foot forward. And this is such a small, if you've actually used a toe corrector, there's a little bit more give. There's a bit more span on that, from toe span. All right, and well, with this elastic, I guess it works. Yeah, it's kind of slipped under the toe spacer. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Okay, and so you're alternating the flexing and the pointing. Let's go back. Let's go to here. Yeah, you can see 1 foot is forward and the other's back. And here's forward and back, and forward and back. Last one, and remove the elastic. Straighten out your toe spacer again, and shake out your legs. And that's your little toe warm up. Oh, with your toe spacers on, I don't know if you can see, okay? So we're going to press big toes forward and all the other toes are up. So it would be the equivalent of pressing thumbs forward, fingers back. And then you're gonna reverse. And thumbs forward and big toes back. And big toes forward, all the other toes lifted. All the other toes forward and the big toe back. Whew. Here's 3 and reverse, and 2 and switch, and 1 and switch. All right, and then scrunch up all the toes and flick some water away, and then scrunch up all your toes and flick some water away. Okay, 3 and flick some water away, and 2 and flick some water away, and last one. Oh, by the way, does this look familiar? Reach the heels, curl the toes, and flick some water away, and just wiggle your toes randomly and shake the legs out, and we're done. All right, I hope you have a great day. I hope it was fun wiggling your toes.